It begins softly. Barely anyone notices. You're 7, staring at a parent unraveling before your eyes. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's addiction. Or maybe it's just the hollow quiet of someone too fractured to show up. And without a single word, something ancient flips a switch in your small mind. If I don't hold it all together, no one will. This is how a child vanishes, not in body, but in spirit. They smile more than they feel, cry less than they should, and learn to read the room before they even speak. They become the emotional anchor of a household that should be anchoring them. Little adults in minds that are far too young. And the world notices. You're so mature, so responsible, so strong, they say. Praise draped over your small shoulders, heavy and unearned. But no one asks, at what cost? This is the hidden grief of growing up too fast. It doesn't fade with age. It follows you into friendships, jobs, and every mirror you stand before. The survival patterns that once kept you alive now quietly shape and limit you. Psychologists have a name for this: parentification. When a child must emotionally support adults, they become the caretaker, the peacekeeper, the household therapist. Their brain rewires itself to handle burdens no child should carry. When you're always the one keeping everyone calm, you grow hypervigilant, eyes scanning for danger, steps cautious, words measured. Love becomes a transaction. Give safety, maybe earn protection. Your own needs, too urgent, too risky. So you vanish emotionally. In your place grows a version of you that performs flawlessly. The good child, the quiet achiever, the one who fixes, soothes, and never asks. You wear the mask so convincingly that even you forget it's a mask. But underneath, something aches. The child you buried doesn't disappear. They're still screaming silently. Why didn't anyone protect me? As you grow, the echoes of that childhood intensify. Hyper-independence becomes your armor. You refuse help, push people away, and joy feels foreign. Rest feels wrong because productivity is the only way you've ever felt worthy. Calm feels suspicious. Love feels like a debt. This is the imprint of a child forced to grow up too fast. A deep, complex trauma shaping how you see the world and yourself. Why does a child take on this impossible role? Because attachment matters more than authenticity. It's instinct, not weakness. And the cruel irony, what once saved you now quietly imprisons you. Even high-functioning adults carry this hidden child. We overachieve for love, stay silent to avoid abandonment, care for everyone while silently wishing someone would just ask, "Are you okay?" The first step toward healing isn't fixing, it's witnessing, seeing what happened without judgment. Until then, you gaslight yourself. It wasn't that bad. Others had it worse. I turned out fine. But fine is just another mask. You know it. So what becomes of that child when they grow up? Adults who never feel safe in quiet rooms, lovers who can't trust softness, givers who struggle to receive, apologizing for tears, flinching at compliments, confusing exhaustion with success. If childhood trained you to be strong at the expense of softness, to stay quiet instead of honest, to fix everyone else while ignoring your own cracks, you inherit a life holding your breath, waiting for permission to fall apart. Here's the truth. No one is coming to rescue that buried child. You must go back and hold their hand. Say what no one did. You didn't deserve that. You were just a child. You get to rest now. This is shadow work. Not fixing, not performing, not masking pain with fake positivity. It's turning toward the parts of yourself that were abandoned and saying, I see you. I hear you. I'm not leaving. It's brutal. You grieve what you never had time to feel. Birthdays that went unnoticed. Innocence stolen while protecting those who should have protected you. But grief isn't weakness. It's proof of healing. What was frozen is finally thawing. These survival patterns linger into adulthood, being the therapist in every friendship, praised for independence but terrified of being a burden, over-functioning in relationships, struggling with boundaries. These aren't personality quirks, they're coping strategies, and they can be unlearned once you honor the wounds behind them. Ask your inner child, what did I need back then that I never got? The answers might be simple. Someone to tell me it wasn't my fault. Someone to ask how I was doing. Time to play, rest, and laugh without fear. Slowly, you begin giving those things to yourself, not to fix the past, but to stop reliving it. Carl Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." Shadow work demands facing it all. Neglected, ashamed, scared, angry. Healing isn't becoming someone new. It's remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. If you grew up too fast, know this. Your maturity wasn't the problem. The problem was you had no choice. Now you do. You can choose softness, rest. Stop managing everyone else's emotions and honor your own. It won't happen overnight. Some days you'll feel like a child again. Good. Let that child come home. Cry. Play. Be seen. You're not broken. You're becoming whole. And for the first time, maybe, you're growing up the right way. Not through pressure or fear, but through truth. You never had a childhood, but you still have a future. This time, you get to write it.